Welcome to ActionHound Media, the site and channel all about action. Life is boring. Get some more action into your life.
So, how do you scout the woods for Sasquatch? Okay, so first and foremost, the bigger the forest, the better. If there is a forest that especially abuts vast regions of remote area, those are usually places where Sasquatch would inhabit. Forests that are surrounded by communities or suburbs or adjacent cities and towns, probably not, but you never know. So one of the big things is there has to be remote area for them to live in because they don't want to be seen by humans and they need a place to go where no humans are going. So remote area is a big one. Now, if you do live in an area where there is remote regions of forest, the first thing you have to do is be more observant when you're going through the forest. I used to be a mountain biker and hiker, and I never really paid attention to that type of thing, but now I'm more attuned to what's going on in the forest, where the creatures are, what kind of creatures, where they're living, what kind of sign all these different creatures make. You have to be more observant. You have to knowing the difference of the different kinds of scat or the poop of the animals. So the main thing with scouting the woods for a Sasquatch is to be observant. If you're a hunter, that's good because hunters are very observant of the woods and they look for sign for deer. Well, you also have to look for sign for other creatures too if you want to find out if Sasquatch are in the area. You won't see it if you're not looking for it, so be more observant. Basically, keep your eyes peeled when you're in the woods. You never know what's going to happen there, especially at night. Before delving into checking for Sasquatch sign, you need to check a map and determine if the terrain would be suited for a Sasquatch. The best thing to do is get a Google map and really get the lay of the land. Google Maps are the best since it gives the best visualization of the terrain that you are studying. Just like other large animals such as bear and deer, you want to see if there are water sources. Look for rivers, creeks, ponds, small bodies of water, anything. Sasquatch and other large animals need water. There has to be a viable water source around to sustain these creatures. So after spotting the water sources, again, the big thing is, are there remote areas for these creatures to retreat to? If there are large patches of uninhabited green on the Google map, that's good. If the terrain around that area is very difficult to navigate, that very few humans go to, such as thick woods, steep elevations, swamps, because that is also good because it provides areas that they can retreat to that humans normally will not go to. The next thing to look for outside of water sources and remote woods is, can the area support a big animal? So barren areas like burnt forests or desert are usually big woods with plenty of wildlife is good for Sasquatch. Put a punctuation on your scouting of the area that supports Sasquatch. The big thing would be finding Sasquatch sign. Footprints are a great find. Usually large scat that doesn't look like bear scat is telltale. Usually hair samples that are longer and more human-like is possibly Sasquatch hair. Probably the most telltale sign of Sasquatch are tree structures. Usually there'll be a spot in the woods that is just loaded with tree structures. If you see a whole bunch of tree structures in one spot, for sure they are there. Tree structures are usually tree breaks, usually 7 to 10 feet high. Fresh breaks, not something that was caused by wind or other deadfall knocking into a tree. You'll also see X formations, interwoven branches, tree arches, branch stacks, barriers. More on tree structures in a future episode. Of course, the fresher the sign, the better. That means they are still there. So go out in the woods. If you see something interesting, let ActionHound know. We'd love to check it out. ActionHounds Unite.